Hello, welcome back. I'm going to watch some chess. I have just enough time, I think, to squeeze a training game in here. It's been a very dismal couple of weeks at my chess game. What is that? Bishop D3. I don't know the purpose of that. Maybe that's a mouse slip. Maybe he thought to come to C4, because that move just hinders development. So he's going to retreat and go for some sort of delayed Alapin type setup. I think come on a pink Keto over here. May as well develop the knight. Not sure the move order really matters here, and the knight obviously goes here. And this is a that's kind of showing my cards exactly what I want to do. And I prefer to leave options open. Pawn moves are committal. Okay, that did allow him to push and attack. Now can't I just do this? He can defend with the queen. Might be his only move to save the pawn. And I attack it again. And see that I supported that square now, so I'm up a pawn. Yeah, taking back with the knight to keep my pawn structure intact. And now I'm just up a clean pawn. He wants to push d4. I take, he takes. Maybe I just retreat the knight to prevent that push, because I take, he takes, I take back. Castles. Now let's just develop the dark square bishop and castle ourselves. The opponent's just playing down a pawn at the moment and trying to find some compensation for it, which is not going to be an easy task. This knight doesn't have great development opportunities. Okay, so that's defending this push. Takes, I can't take back. And castling into it after the push, takes, invites this. But I can block it. I can protect the square. Maybe he has also ideas of attacking here. But I think I can hold. I'd also have this push now, attacking the queen, and that might allow me to take and take. No, because maybe the queen just goes here. Then I attack it again. I think I can do this. Open up an attack on the queen. And wins me another pawn in the middle. I gotta be careful and do this first to protect the checkmate threat. No, he can retreat or he can try to come in here. But that's really where he wants his bishop, I think. Okay. And now do I open the E file or do I open the C file? I'm inclined to open C. Just because we take towards the center. Taking with the knight to keep my pawns intact. Now we've got an open C file. We're up 2 pawns, 2 central pawns, C and or E and D, and it's got a very good game, I think. Very solid advantage. We just develop. The knight can't be dislodged. Maybe developing here would have been a better option to force the trade of pieces. I didn't want to destroy my structure, but I'd kind of forgotten that the knight is also protecting that square, and I could have taken back with the knight. But I could attack the queen now with the knight. Force the queen to move somewhere. Queen would have only this square to go to. Maybe I can push here and here, though. Perhaps. The knight's doing a great job where it's at. It can't be kicked out by a pawn. And I don't think he wants his queen there forever anyway. So why help him out? Why don't we just develop a rook? Get a rook in the game and coordinate our pieces. Okay. He wants to bring his knight here. So is now the time to kick the queen? I think so. Now we kick the queen out. Queen is forced back here. No other safe square. And then I can kick the knight and the bishop. Just march my pawns on down the board. You can put the knight here. And if he does, I think I just continue rolling pawns. I'm not worried about him taking the bishop here, I don't think. Because it trades off material. Okay. He just decides to retreat. And do I keep rolling pawns? Or do I keep rolling pawns? I think I keep rolling pawns. There's this idea as well. I could pin the knight. He could kick it immediately. If I roll the pawn, I create a hole here. And I can't roll this pawn because this one would hang. If I roll this pawn, I create a hole here and allow the knight to just come back. So maybe just leave those where they're at for now. They seem pretty solid. Maybe I could look at redeploying the bishop. You could attack it. I'd really like to leave my bishop over here for these dark square weaknesses. What about bringing my knight back here? Bring my knight back here and he plays a nothing move. I'm threatening to take this pawn because of this nice little fork. It's a cheap trick. It does improve my knight. Puts it back on a good square. I think we'll go for that because the knight is it's better posted here than it was over here. Anyway. And I do have a threat now of bishop takes pawn. And he does play the, okay. He plays threatening the knight. So if I do bishop takes pawn now, he can take the knight first. Avoid the fork. Takes back, then I lose the bishop. So the idea doesn't work. Hmm. 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 I'd hate to double up my pawns. Maybe I could defend with the queen, or maybe I could defend with the bishop. Defend with the bishop. Open up my queen on this diagonal so that maybe I do have sacrificial ideas on this hook. And kick it gain a tempo, develop his bishop. But I could take with check, redeploy here. Brought the queen back here. And I'm not sure to what purpose. Oh, maybe attacking the queen here and then bringing the bishop here and threatening checkmate. Maybe that's the purpose. Attack. Maybe takes here first to lure the bishop away so I can't come back and protect. So he wants to attack the queen, put his bishop here. Well, I think I can come back and just attack the queen again. And if he wants to trade that off, he can bring his bishop back, but I can bring mine back. Now I have this improvement here. I have this bishop pinning down the F pawn. Did he not just, did he didn't see that he was giving up the queen? Sorry, fella. Tactical vision. He just forgot that his queen was hanging. Well, good game. Good game. Player from India. I had a great move in there. One mistake on my part. It calls this move good. It calls the bishop move good, really. That is a difficult pill to swallow, but I mean, it goes against all the opening principle I know. But maybe there's some obscure theoretical line here that says this is playable. It doesn't condemn it immediately, but that does not look like a good move to me. It didn't like my knight development. It wanted me to do something else, probably develop over here, like I was considering. It's a good move. It considers this a good idea, but it wants me to break in the center immediately. And that may be a good move. I didn't like the idea that it opened up the bishop, though. It just gives this bishop scope and purpose, and I don't like to help my opponent relieve their problems. If he's going to tie his shoelaces together, I'm going to make him untie them. So also, he's way closer to getting castled than I am. And if he takes, I can take with the queen. Okay. I don't have to take with the pawn and open up the king. So, okay. I'll buy it. That was a questionable move. Because he should just retreat his bishop and continue developing. Wasted tempo attacking the knight. It doesn't even think it should bother trying to protect the pawn. You should just give up the pawn here because the queen is another wasted tempo. What should we develop instead? For white, Oh, well, this is a good move. What should we develop instead? We should get our bishop out of the way of our pawn, which reiterates the fact that I don't like that move in the opening. It's a terrible idea. Terrible. It says I made a mistake here. I made a mistake pushing and attacking this pawn again. So other ideas. What are other ideas here? Could continue the fianchetto bishop idea. I can't take the pawn because the pawn is protected twice. So why a mistake? You just develop the bishop or push d5 is an idea. d5. A blunder. Go from a mistake to a blunder. What is the idea here? Just develop the queen and attack the pawn again with the... Okay. That's a natural move in the Paulson too. I should have considered that move because the pawn is undefendable here. No more pieces are coming to the party. That is a move I should have seen. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Attacking just gives up the pawn. And now I'm up a pawn. Of course, you should get your bishop out of the way. Thumbs up there. That's an inaccuracy. Castling is the best move. Oh, this one a good move. I'm interested to see what the best move in this position was, just to go ahead and take. Really? Okay. Inaccurate because I can attack it here. Excellent move. Attacking the queen. He should have retreated his bishop back here because he really wanted his dark square bishop in this square. Now I'm up 2 pawns, but I'm up 4 points on the engine. My position grants me an extra 2 pawns because these 2 pawns are powerful in the center. So they are worth double their weight because the position is just overwhelming here. I think I'm already completely winning. Definitely already completely winning just because the 2 central pawns are monsters and this knight is a beast. Glad I found that. I'm happy that that was the best move, retreating the knight to attack the queen. It makes me feel happy with my chess vision. Still up 3.6. And that was obviously a huge game-ending blunder there, giving up the queen. But he's got to save his queen. That's the only option, is saving the queen. And he can come here. He can come back here. I should have rolled the pawn. That was my best move. But White's best move was to take the knight. He could have just taken the knight. All right. That's fair. I don't mind that at all as black because I just get more material off the board and my 2 central pawns flex a little bit more. Okay. Well, overall happy with the quality of that game. Thank you for tuning in and watching another chess video with me. Come back and we'll do some more.